Good afternoon, Virgo. Hope you are all doing well today. It is a Friday in my world. My name is Intuitive Niche. I am on YouTube and TikTok under that name. You can also find me under Haven Jewels on Facebook. I am about to do your reading for the week 7 to 10 days. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what's going on in your world. I'm trying to feel a deck for you this morning. Oh, sorry, this afternoon. It is 4 o'clock here in the afternoon. All right. Well, I'm going to start with the Sacred Forest Oracle cards. That's what I'm going to do. And then I will use the Animal Guides Tarot as the cards to explain the week out for you. I always forget the word, don't mind me. Alright, let me give these a shuffle. I haven't touched these in a few days. These are oracle cards. They are beautiful oracle cards. The Sacred Forest Oracle cards by Denise Finn. Anyone out there? You can get them anywhere. I buy most of my cards from either Amazon or Hay House. Okay. Virgo. How are we doing? My favorite stubborn. They always say Taurus is the most stubborn, but I don't know about that. But you are definitely the black and white, I don't see gray kind of sign. Yes, you are. All right, and the bottom of the bottom of the deck of this is the Maple Spirit. Generosity. Number 23 card. All right, Maple Spirit. So, maybe fall is a better time of the year for you, but this is spring. And this reading is good for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any house. And it is also for anybody who is automatically just drawn to this reading, whether you are Virgo or not. The Meandering Pathway, the flow, number 24. Meandering Pathway. Is that what you were doing? Meandering on a pathway? We will read the book on these cards. But looking at it means that you're hesitating. I would say hemming and hawing, right? But hesitating, meandering. Okay. Pegasus, number 28. Transcending. Okay. So we are meandering pathway with the flow, Pegasus transcending, and with the Raven Spirit, it's all about the truth. And anybody knows a Virgo, they know it's all about the truth. All right, Virgo, that gets us started. Let's read what those cards are about first. And the other card didn't come back out, so we're not going to worry about that one. Let's read number 24, the Meandering Pathway. All right. Virgo. Sometimes I like to do the singing bowl. For you, I feel like I didn't want to do it today because I just wanted to get into your reading. All right, Virgo, as you saunter down the pathway, you are not sure what is around the next corner, but you are relishing the moment. You gaze at the interplay of light and dark of the leaves of the trees and inhale the fresh forest air. All is well. Well, Virgo, you are an earth sign. You know that you don't have to see your destination. All that is required is to enjoy the journey. Wow, I wish I could really poke my son in the head with this, because enjoying the journey is the thing I always try to go to home with my son. Anyways, when life presents you a meandering path rather than a straight shot to a goal, you can feel frustrated. You might bemoan the fact that the path seems aimless and roundabout and that you can't see what's ahead. Because you're black and white and you want to know. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, Virgo, this don't work like that. On the other hand, you can just enjoy the voyage. Live a little, have some fun, smell them damn roses and smell that coffee. And on the other hand, if life right now seems to have some sinuous curves, bends, loops, and turns, don't despair. All is as it should be. This card is suggesting that you relinquish control to the path forward and just see where it takes you. You don't have to have all the answers to succeed. You don't need to know what tomorrow holds to have an astounding future. Simply sit back and enjoy the damn ride. You'll get to exactly where you need to be for your highest good. The spirit of the meandering path says everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering pathway of life. We can't choose the path all the time, and we certainly can't make it perfectly straight so we can see our goal. Sometimes we don't even know what our goal is. We just know that's the path. Allow the path to take you where you need to go. Don't hurry it or resist it. Simply let go. Surrender. Enjoy the journey. That's about living your life, too. You don't have to work so many hours a day. You don't have to be this person, and this person, and do this, and do that, and do this, and be the hardcore no is the answer. You can be funny and live and smell flowers and go to shows and go do something that's fun for you, whatever it is, Virgo, okay? It's all right to have some damn fun. Just don't go overboard with it. See, Virgo, you tend to do this. It's either all the way no or all the way yes. The meandering pathway card is saying, listen, work hard. Oh, wait, you got distracted? Okay, let's see what this brings us. That might send you down a whole nother path. And it might be the better way to go. I don't know. But don't skip out on things. Because you have this rigid idea in your mind that this is what's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to happen. And this is what I am doing right now. Blah, blah, blah. There's no other way around the bush but to walk straight around it. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Okay? But on the other hand, Virgo, you can get to the play part and never come back. Until you broke and you have no money and no idea what the fuck you're doing and sleeping your life away in your depression and anxiety and you figure out that, oh fuck, I screwed up. You got to find a balance in there. Yes, you do. You got to be able to go off the path once in a while and still come back to the path and know that you're on the right path and doing the right things. Okay. Pegasus, number 28. Grab hold of the mane. Pegasus is leaping into the sky with you on his back. You can feel the wind rush by as this winged horse climbs higher and higher, his muscles rippling beneath you. You are keenly aware of his majesty, strength, and power as you are brought closer and closer to the heavens. Okay. There's Pegasus flying high, right? I don't want you to get lost with the meandering path, but this is one of those moments where Pegasus could be taking you in the wrong direction, but maybe not. Let's see. History is replete with the myths and legends of a winged horse, the protector of the soul. Yeah. The Pegasus represents the immortality of your spirit and the journey to the heavens. The appearance of this card is a sign. Get ready for dramatic activation of your spiritual journey. A powerful transformation is at hand. Great things are possible in your life. Prepare yourself to fly high above adversity. The Pegasus rise above the earthly realms offers a higher celestial perspective. Take time to meditate and profound insights about your life will be revealed. I know a lot of people don't believe in meditation, don't know how to meditate, or think, oh, all I ever do is fall asleep. Well, if you fall asleep while you're meditating, that's the right way to go. That means you're going to dream about those meditations. So if you're forcing yourself, well, not forcing yourself, but if you are sitting here saying to yourself, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what's going to work for me, this is what's coming into my life, this is what I'm accepting into my life, this is what I claim to my life, and you're doing that as you fall asleep to meditation music, then you're going to keep that thought going in your head and continue to manifest that, okay? And that's a good way to fall asleep, okay? So it's okay to fall asleep while you're manifesting and meditating to whatever you're doing. It will help you bring those things in so you're not thinking about, oh my God, this at work, oh my God, that at work, oh my God, this person is an idiot, this, that, blah, 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 blah. This person don't know how to drive, this person don't take a shower, this person smells, this, all these stupid little things that you keep in your head every day. You just need to let that shit go and start focusing on those things you really do want to have, and let everybody else find their own way. Don't be their judge and jury. It's not your place. Just worry about your own shit, okay? You have a family, worry about your family. But don't also think that you're not worthy of having those things that you're wishing for. You just have to go about it the right way. And arrogance isn't it, okay? The Pegasus rise above the earthly realms offers a higher celestial perspective. Take time to meditate. Profound insights about your life will be revealed. You'll probably remember things that you forgot about, right? And then you're going to remember this is what you were trying to do then, and now you know why you're remembering it, okay? You are asked to see the situation at hand from a higher perspective. Step away from the drama and the emotional manipulations. What did I just say? Some stories describe that where his hooves strike the earth, new springs emerge. Life begins anew. In Greek mythology, Pegasus activates and befriends the 9 muses who inspire creativity, liberal arts, music, science, poetry, and visual arts. Hence, Pegasus is symbolic of creativity. The message here is to focus on the incredible creativity, vitality, and spiritual awakening that's within you. And yes, we all go through it. Some of us at the end of our lives, some of us in the middle of our lives when we figure out how to incorporate that into our lives so it's included and it brings us those things that we think about all the time. And just remember, it works for negativity too. If you are always thinking negative, that asshole didn't deserve that raise, that asshole didn't deserve that promotion, this person shouldn't have won all that money. My mother-in-law was famous for this. Yes, she's older. She was much older. She was very prejudiced. Most of them were prejudiced back in those days, but she used to say, and that fucking blah, blah, blah shouldn't have got that money. It's always about them. Like they're supposed to have all the money now because we're white and they're not. And I eliminated the words that she used because I didn't believe the same way she did. But I used to look at her and say, Mom, that's going to take you to the grave one day. That's really not the right way to be. But back in those days, you couldn't change their thought process. They always thought that somebody was ripping somebody else off if they didn't get their way or have their thing. And they just never understood that that's not how it worked. And their negativity just brought more negativity into their lives. And so they were fucking miserable all the time, basically. I can tell you that Mom tried to not be that way, but she was married to a man who probably was the most miserable fuck I ever met in my life. And he always thought negatively. He was very abusive and mean. And he was mean and abusive to her and the kids, too. So back in those days, it was allowed, he's the man, Anyways, but those kind of negative thoughts and things that you go on and on about in your head because you're pissed off at something, just bring more negative in. You got to cut that shit short. Let it go out to the light or let it go back to wherever it's got to go to get out of your head. Because you can't change everything. You're not the boss of everything. You aren't in control of everything. And all you can do is take care of you. Virgo. In the end, it's all going to be about what you do, the decisions you make, and how you hold yourself. respectfully towards other people. Okay? The spirit of the Pegasus says, you are on a pilgrimage of the soul. It's time to transcend the weight of earthly burdens. Fly over situations that have been pulling you down. Don't involve yourself with the drama of others or the gossip or the other bullshit. When you remember that you have come from spirit and are eternal, challenging situations will resolve. A profound transformation is at hand. Okay, and meandering pathways, bringing you down a path and not quite straight and narrow as you want it, Virgo. Well, that's because you are transcending into a new realm and you are ascending higher in your own life where you need to be. And not everybody's going to go with you, okay? And if you keep that negativeness in your head, that's all you're going to go, is into the negative realms. You're not going to see all the great things that can come for you. But I believe in you, because the Raven Spirit is here, all about the truth. We all want the truth, right? We all need the truth. We all speak the truth. One thing is, most times you'll find if somebody tells you the truth about something, you really don't want to hear it. You don't really believe it, and you really don't care what they think of you after that, right? For the most part, I was always willing to be accepting of what somebody said to me, but I didn't always see it as the truth, only the truth as they saw it. And that didn't necessarily make it truth, okay? If the truth was really spilled at the moment in time that it was happening, then you probably would both hate each other's guts, right? Because the truth would spill over on both sides, not just one. And ultimately, the third realm of the truth would be seen by both, even if it wasn't spoken, right? Sometimes you just have to let shit go, forgive, and move on, and hope that someday you come back around full circle, and it's all better now, you know? You're just a different person. You've grown a different way. I have, you have, it doesn't matter, right? So Virgo, the spirit of the raven says, the soul loves the truth. Find your truth. Speak your truth. Live your truth. Be fearless in your journey. Don't make up stories to make everybody else think you're fine. Don't be mean and tell people to go fuck themselves either. But I mean, your truth is about you. It's not about them. And whoever them is never going to see your truth your way. They're always going to find another way to see it, because you could be right about your truth or wrong about your truth. But for you, it is what it is. Okay? Let go of what is not authentic and sincere in life. Be a shining example of truth for others. Follow your inner guidance. For you, what you feel isn't always good for everybody else. Okay? Everybody has made mistakes in their lives. Everybody has done things they're not proud of. And you know what? It's done and over now. So why would we continue to live it? Okay? We wouldn't. We just acknowledge it. If you have to apologize for it, you apologize for it. If you don't, then just move the hell on, okay? That's where we're at. Move on. All right. We are going to go into the Lunar Tarot for the rest of this reading. But we know that you're flowing and transcending and all about the truth. Your truth, not theirs. Okay. Learning how to be positive and learning how to stay that way involves you not lowering yourself to other people's standards or levels, and it also does not include you thinking you're higher and mightier than somebody else either. There must be a fine balance. Okay? All right, Virgo, let's go. What can we do for Virgo this week? And by the way, Virgo, I did a whole other reading for you, and I didn't have any sound connected to it. I can tell you right now I do have sound in this one. So I'm happy about that. But it did change a little bit of the energy to the reading. So it's a little different than what I did originally. But it's kind of running down the same road. The Hierophant. The law. The leader. The boss. Somebody who owns something. The president. The corporation. Whoever, right? The Hierophant. Joined together. So this person, as the leader or whatever, whoever he's representing, is supposed to pull together everybody in their midst to reach a certain happy medium, okay? Because we are not ever going to feel the same about every single thing. And I will use politics. I won't talk politics, but I will use politics as an example there. I have my beliefs, you have your beliefs, somebody else has their beliefs. We are not going to change any of that. Half the world hates Trump, half the world loves Trump. Just remind yourself it's 4 years and it's done. And then we got to move on to somebody else who might not be my favorite, but might be yours, okay? So we have to learn to reach a happy medium and be respectful of other people's thoughts, even if we don't agree with them. And whether they're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Right or wrong isn't what this is about. It's about showing respect to somebody, whether you agree with their thoughts, processes, or not. 3 of Swords. So that's where this card comes in, the 3 of Swords. It's all about grief. So somewhere along the lines, not too far past, you guys didn't agree with something. And you went through some grief. Maybe you actually lost a person in your life. Maybe somebody actually passed away. Maybe you lost a friend. Maybe you lost something. A job, a home. It depends what your situation is. A loss can be anything that makes you feel grief. And grief is, if you ever took psychology, has 5 different ways of experiencing it. So I was stuck in anger for a very long time. Let's just say probably 15 years of anger. Yeah. Of course, we don't believe it at first. That's one of the first things. And then of course, the tears come because we realize we have to accept it. The person isn't going to come back, whatever the situation was. And of course, then there's denial. Yeah, that nobody's telling you the truth. That didn't really happen, or this didn't really happen, right? When you finally get through all of them and you finally accept the truth, you're going to cry, you're going to be sad, you're going to be upset, you're going to be angry, you're going to be pissed, you're going to be whatever it takes to get through and experience that grief. And I feel like the Hierophant, with your meandering path here and your truth, you have to accept what happened, right? And the Hierophant's here to help you do that. So whoever that is to you, the Hierophant, could be your mom and dad, grandmother, grandfather, it could be somebody high-ranking in your life. It doesn't have to be the corporate leader. It doesn't have to be the reverend. It doesn't have to be the Catholic priest. It can be anybody who means that much to you. Somebody who means a lot, okay? So the 3 of Swords is your grief, broken heart over something. And that's what you're feeling in a lot of ways. And I feel like maybe you're stuck in anger because I'm telling you, once you get angry and cold, you kind of tend to stay there because if you go anywhere else in that grief, you can't console yourself. When I finally let go of that anger, I must have cried for weeks. I'll use my dog as an example because She was 16 years old, and we'd already been through so much in those 16 years, and I almost lost her a couple times before that. As a matter of fact, she didn't live with me for a couple of those years because of some trauma and drama in my life that I couldn't keep her. But she did live with my best friend, and all was okay. We were good. But what you need to know is that when I took her to the doctors, I had no intention of her dying. I had no intention of putting her to sleep. I was thinking that, and then maybe they'll have to keep her overnight. Maybe she's got pneumonia. She had this cough, and she couldn't breathe. She couldn't catch her breath, and I was really scared for her. I thought maybe she got into something. She was having like an anaphylactic shock, so I got her to the vet as fast as I could. And she ended up having a lot of fluid around her lungs and around her heart. And her lungs were filling up with fluid at that time, but she was all right. Of course, the cold-hearted vet at the time that was there, because it wasn't the vet I had normally taken her to, the cold-hearted vet that I shouldn't be that mean about it, but he really did take a cold approach to the whole situation. He said, "There's no right or wrong answer here." He said, "I know it's a hard decision for you, but it's not a hard decision for her. We can drain her lungs, give her medicine, put her on this, put her on that, have her back here once a month or whatever for some kind of whatever." I don't really know what was wrong with her, so we didn't get that far because I decided right then and there that my selfish needs, I wasn't going to make her suffer because I wanted my dog to live longer. She was already 16. She was already struggling. She was beautiful. I loved her all of my life, and she loved me all of hers. That's all you can ever ask for, right? And I will tell you, I've lost my mother, most of my family now, including my sister and all of that. And I have suffered some nights, tears, crying, but I will tell you, losing my dog that way, and it had to be my decision, especially, was one of the hardest, painful things I have ever done, and I can't even describe it to you. I was working. I didn't have time to take off. I had to go to work. So when I walked into the doctor's office where I was working for the day, I walked in with tears coming down my face, and I was trying hard not to do that. And I knew that I had to take care of patients today. I had to this, I had to that, and I had to figure out a way to get through 8 hours of this. My manager, who saw me come in that way, instantaneously hugged me. She didn't even know why. She just saw me crying. She started hugging me, and she said, "What happened?" And so, through my choked up voice, I explained to her what happened, and she said, "Okay, this is what we're going to do." And so for 2 weeks, my boss put me in a closed room with no windows, just a computer, a phone, and a very full inbox that took about 2 weeks to get through, to catch up, to file these things into the right patients and all of that. And she said, "If you need anything, I'm right out on the other side of this door. Anything at all." I couldn't go anywhere or do anything for at least 2 weeks. And that was the truth. I cried everywhere I went. I cried all the way home. I cried when I walked in the door, especially, and she wasn't there. I have never felt such a heartache in my life. And that's over divorcing and death and family members, people hurting me in other ways. I don't think I've ever felt a worse kind of pain in my life. So for anybody who's lost a pet, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So Virgo, the Three of Swords with the grief, and here's the Tower, okay? So the Tower is an unexpected release. Something happens. Okay, but remember now, you're walking down this meandering path and it's outside of your comfortability, okay? And you're walking down the Raven Spirit Way, so you are already in grief. And the Hierophant is here to try to pull you together and help you as you get this tower brought into your life, okay? Which puts your entire life on pause. Now, this could have already happened in your life, and it could just be really having an effect on you now, and that's okay, all right? Allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to be angry and go through all those steps of grief, because that's the only way you can get to the other side of healing. And if you need to talk to people, get help. Talk to somebody. I don't care if it's a phone line that says, before you do this, call here. You know what I mean? Like, they have all of those helplines that are confidential, anonymous, whatever. I'm telling you, Virgo, please do what you need to get past this. And help yourself or whoever it is that's going through this. Because remember, these energies, Virgo, are about, not necessarily about you, but about somebody else in your life that may be going through this. And it's hard to watch them. This was unexpected for whoever it happens to, okay? And if you've never personally been through it, you're not going to know what it feels like to that person, right? So that may be your motivation, right? You can be the Knight of Swords, coming in ready to fight for that person, to help that person grieve, to help that person get through it. Because it could be somebody in your life right now that's going through something that needs your love, support, and guidance, okay? And it doesn't matter who it is. It's somebody if it's not you. So I will tell you that meandering path that you're walking on, you're there not because you're the Virgo, but because you're transcending to be able to help somebody who needs you specifically to help them. And that may mean you have to tell them the truth, right? Your truth. They may need to hear that, okay? So that's what this Hierophant is all about. You're that Hierophant, I think, right now in this reading. You're going to help somebody, or somebody is going to come along to help you, the Knight of Swords, to get through the grief of whatever was lost here. Okay? Whether it's your loss or somebody else's, I don't know that yet. And it can be different for everyone. So who knows who it's going to be, but you are going to play a vital role in that. I'm not sure what it is, but when I see the sun fall out right after that, I want to say that you've already been going through this. This has already been happening in your life. This is something you're still going through with yourself or somebody else close to you. Somebody close to you, okay? Because the sun is here. That means that your help is successful to both them and you. Or if that person is helping you, that person is going to be successful in helping you. Because here is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. Satisfaction. Success. Okay? So I know that you may be going through something really, really hard right now. But know that you are loved and protected by your ancestors and by people traveling down roads that you're not used to traveling on, because you're black and white and they're gray. Okay? You'll have to start seeing things in a different way now. And unfortunately, there is the Death card. But see, the Death card is not about dying. Okay? The Death card is about transformation and the change that you're going through. Or the change that someone around you is going through. I'm not sure why I feel like you may be helping someone else get through this, whatever it is. But it's not a death. Not in the sense of somebody dying and going to heaven, okay? But here's the King of Swords. Okay. Endurance, Virgo. Now, if you are closer to the Libra sign, I can see where this card would come in very good for you. The King of Swords is an air sign, is a strong Libra sign, and definitely is somebody who can do whatever it needs to happen to bring that sun success back to the lives of the people that matter the most to you. And the possibilities are endless with the Page of Cups here. So just know that whatever is going on in your life, you are headed in the right direction. You are going to succeed at what you're doing, and you are going to be okay if it's you going through it. The Knight of Swords is about motivation, and the King of Swords is about endurance, okay? With this grief and this release of pain that you're going through, all right? And satisfaction once you get to the other side, because you have reached fulfillment now that you are finally through this grief process. So what's next for Virgo? This was a very heavy, deep reading, something that you're going through that you're not talking about to anybody, or something that somebody very close to you is, and you're not talking about it either, which is good. You shouldn't be talking about people's business. But anyways, Virgo, what is next for you? What should you be focusing on? Remember, this is only a 7 to 10 day, 2-week reading, so this is going to be a tough couple of weeks for you if you're going through something and you're not working on it properly. Because Temperance came out sideways, okay? Temperance talks about having patience and using moderation in your decisions and choices and feeling serenity. So you're in a good place once you get through all of this, but it's sideways. So sideways to me, as it fell out, means that you're hesitant on moving forward. But do yourself a favor. It's okay to be hesitant, but have patience with yourself, because healing doesn't happen in a day. For some people, it takes years, okay? So the fact that you have reached this point in that healing means you have been making very good progress here, and probably through anger, because I can see that with Virgo more than any other sign for some reason. Virgo, you have a realization coming in with your Ace of Swords also. That epiphany, that idea, you know. And the Seven of Pentacles shows the results you're getting in all of this hard work you've been doing. And the Chariot comes in speedily with the determination. So you need to stay determined, but moderate. Don't be abrupt and cold. And think before you speak, because some people don't understand you, okay? Because you are so black and white. You don't always see there is a middle ground on some things, and you don't always take the middle of the road. And I get that. But the Eight of Cups shows you in withdrawal. So instead of dealing with something that aggravates you or pisses you off, you kind of just go find something else to do and forget about it for now. But eventually, all them little things are going to add up. And if you don't talk them out soon, or try to find a compromise soon, you are going to lose your cool. And Virgo, you are a fucking hothead. So when you lose your cool, you don't listen, you don't hear, and you don't care. And that's not the way to be with this. This situation needs you to be more of a heart-centered person who has empathy and sympathy for somebody who does not think like you or does not know the facts that you know. Okay? And personally, I have been so many times devastated by things that were said or done, and now realizing that they were talking out their ass, or they were talking from a place of pain. And I, because I can balance things out as a Libra, can go back and say, you know what, I understand what they feel. I know why they feel this way, and I can forgive that. I can move forward from that. But there are things that you just don't. And Virgo, you have to stop being like that. I know you don't always want to be like that. I know you don't. I know. I see the eyes rolling in the back of your head now as you're listening to me. Listen, Virgo, you have to use your heart and your mind, not one or the other. You have a soul in your body that's going to the other side one day, and you have to live with everything you say and do, and you have to see it all over again when you die. Because that's what they do. That's what happens when you die. You have to relive everything you did in your entire lifetime so you understand the passage of time and what you could have done better isn't ever going to change. You can't change what you've already done, but you can change how you react, how you behave, and how you handle things going forward. Conversations, communications, compromising, and Christ. Please. I wouldn't be on this planet without Jesus Christ right now, and all of my schooling doesn't teach me much about believing. I've always believed in a higher power. I always believed in something celestial, I would say, or above us. Somebody who's trying to teach us. But I certainly know in my heart and soul that when I leave this planet, I'm going someplace safe. I don't feel like it's going to be a bad place for any of us. I haven't honestly read the Bible. I know some quotes here and there. I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in religion. I will tell you that. I do believe that there is something else out there in this world that is guiding us and helping us every day and saving our lives sometimes, including our ancestors that are on the other side and our spirit guides and our guardian angels, just to use words that people would, understand what I'm talking about. And the Knight of Pentacles is here for you, Virgo. So no matter what happens, you are going to prevail, as that word says on the bottom. But the Knight of Pentacles is about coming through with what you said you would. Following through. And your dreams, your wishes, your hopes, and all the positivities in your mind, the things you want to succeed at, are coming with you. But it will be coming at a different perspective now. Once you get through this grief, or are through this grief with somebody else that is close to you, you will definitely know and understand that there is so much more to life than black and white. Okay? The Queen of Wands is the last card flipped over here. It's confidence. That's the one thing you're going to build with all of this, is confidence. So as you're raising your families and building your life and building your legacies and taking care of business, you are going to take care of it. And there will be disagreements along the way, as the Four of Wands talks about. Five of Wands, I'm sorry. Disagreements always happen, but you got to learn to compromise. Compromise and be happy with it and stop throwing it in people's faces later on in their life. Because you did this and you did this and you did this, but you didn't give a fuck about me, blah, blah, blah. I can see the fights now. When you compromise in your situation, whatever it is, you compromise. That means you let whatever idea you had about it before that go. And you do not hold it against somebody. Life would be way too short if you did that. You wouldn't have nobody in your life. And Virgo, I know you could survive without somebody if you really wanted to. But you wouldn't like it very much, being alone. Take it from me. I kind of like being alone though right now, and I'm not Virgo, so. All right, Virgo, the final card in your reading here. Ace of Wands. You're going to be an inspiration in this situation. No matter how heartfelt, black and white you are going to see a different way through this that you're not used to. And it's going to be uncomfortable, but you're going to do it because whether you're helping yourself or you're helping somebody that you love dearly to do it, you're going to see life in a different perspective and become a different person because of it. It is going to change your life forever. So please have patience, use moderation, build up your tolerance. Somebody is going to piss you off, but don't completely withdraw and walk away. Sometimes things need to be said, even if you can't say it the right way sometimes. But you can go back and be sorry and apologize. Just don't say things hurtful on purpose, because it's so not needed to be hurtful on purpose, to make somebody else feel bad because of how you feel at the moment. That's called being selfish. Yes, even when you're angry, you're not allowed to be selfish, okay? Sometimes it's good to walk away for 5 minutes before you speak, all right? But you're going to end up being an inspiration to somebody because of how you turn this around for yourself and handle it properly. And it's going to make you feel like a really good person inside, because that's who you are, Virgo. You are a great person. Don't ever think you aren't. And the commitment that you are giving by doing things this way instead of your way means so much more to the person that you're doing it for or with. I hope you understand this reading, and I hope it helps you so much. And I send hugs and love out to you, because I know it's not necessarily what you want to hear, but it is something that you needed to hear. Again, I don't know if it's you going through this grief or somebody very close to you going through this, okay? And either way, anger is not going to get you out of it. And holding on to anger is not going to get you through it. You have to feel the feels, you have to speak the words, you have to understand that you do have the sun in your life. And everything's going to be okay, I promise. All right, Virgo. Let us pull a number for you from my angel number deck, okay? Angel numbers, Virgo. Yeah. I understand how you feel. I get it. But you are going to have to learn to be the better person, the bigger person, the person that they need you to be. If it's somebody else's grief. And it's not going to be fun. But it is going to be better. And you are going to inspire so many other people by being that person. All right, you got 3 numbers here, Virgo. Master number 2, 44. Your angels are encouraging you to continue your present life path with diligence and determination. You did have that card, determination. And even greater success will come in the future. Don't give up on yourself or your situation right now. Don't. I am supported. So your angels and your guides and all your ancestors that passed over, loved ones, they are all rooting on for you. They are all there to support you and protecting you, and in your heart and in your home every day, making sure they can help whenever they can. And all you got to do is say, yes, I need your help. But you don't even have to do that. If you need it, they will do it. Number 25, I am intelligent. You have a great ability to take in and process information. Oh my God, do you ever, Virgo? On both conscious and subconscious levels. Excuse me. Your curiosity is endless, and your desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects will bring you an immense awareness of the world. Excuse me. I am intelligent. I need a drink. I gotta show you this thing here. Oh, look at that face. That's my sweet pea. The third number, Virgo, is number 15. Your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you in contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. I am wise. Virgo, that is your reading for this week. And I will be back next week with your reading. Thank you. Love and light to you all. And hugs, especially to all those going through their grief now.